Statistics indicate that 1.6 billion people worldwide depend on forestry for their livelihoods. Over the past 10 years, the world has lost 13 million hectares of forest, a rate described as alarming. The question that lingers on is just how can we strike a balance between conserving natural resources while taking into consideration that many people depend on forests for their own survival. Dr. Paddy Abbott, Managing Director of LTS International in Scotland, attempts to provide some solutions.
If people are depending, their livelihoods depend on deforesting activities, if you stop those deforesting activities, what happens to those livelihoods? So it's very important that as part of the program of interventions, you look at those and you measure what those possible opportunity costs are, so that you can put in place actions such as actions outside of the forest. It could be if people are dependent on trees, looking at planting of trees outside of the forest, for example, or other such activities, improving the efficiency of production of certain things, so that you're reducing the pressure on the forest and people can still make livelihoods but outside of the forest.
Scientists propose that the impact of climate change can be minimized through forests which store vast amounts of carbon, hence the need to limit emissions from forests. According to Forestry Research Institute of Malawi, FRIM, Malawi has an estimated 114 metric tons of carbon locked up in forests, causing greenhouse effects.
Now, if you cut those forests or you convert a forest to different uses like agriculture, what you're doing is you are releasing that carbon, and that carbon goes into the atmosphere, causing what we call the greenhouse effect. So what I was saying is that you could limit the impact of climate change by making sure that forests remain intact, and also that the carbon that is locked up in the forest is not taken out through deforestation, through forest fires and other activities that damage forests.
Dr. Chilima discloses that currently there is a global effort to create financial value of forests for the developing world for sustainable development. Gladys Ntenda, MBC News, Lilongwe.